for a word study of a significant word from the previous week's assigned translations. Okay? The word study should be a minimum of just half a page. Half a page minimum, so you can go to 3 pages, or you can just stay at half a page and you won't be penalized for that. Okay, so half a page, minimum of half a page, and should include a short discussion of the origin of that word. Where does that word come from? And why has it been used the way it's been used today? Okay, so the word like campaign is because it's using a stem of a word that simply means I speak, but has now become disused, it's obsolete and thrown away. But that form was remained in the language as an appendix, so you must be able to explain it. How it is used, its origin, its use, and the meaning. Now, obviously, you look in a dictionary and you find the meaning, voila. And the half a page has not been generated. So what must you do? The second step. It's time to get to know your tools. Now, number one, the Greek English lexicons. The basic English lexicon, Greek English lexicon that we were introduced to in elementary Greek was which one?
Summers.
Thales.
Thales. No, Thales, yeah.
Make that guy a friend. Go back there and just check if you can find that word and how it explains it. Okay. Begin with all you need to do is just say what the dictionary is saying. Right? Now, in doing that study, don't give me the transliteration. You know the transliteration? Okay? Yeah. Don't give me the word with English characters. Write the Greek characters in your discussion. And each time you are using that word, discussing it, write it in the English characters. Now, I want you to see something here that's of paramount importance. Whenever some commentators are discussing the meaning of a passage, you find them giving you the Greek characters and then they transliterate them. The issue there is they're now taking the conversation just merely from an English conversation into understanding Greek, ancient Greek grammar. So I want you to try to practice doing that. Let me tell you as well. The fact that you have studied that way also means that when it comes in the exam, you stand at an advantage. You did study it and study it properly. Okay, at this stage, the vocabulary has become quite extensive. I can see a number of guys getting 10, 10, 10, 10. Some getting 9 on the book, which means that you have covered quite a good space of the vocabulary. So you stick to that. So I said, discuss the origin. This is how the word was used. Okay. Discuss its use and the meaning of the word. Now, a total of 10 word studies will be written. Now, because you're using other sources, always account for them. So every word study must have a reference list. And I want to see that reference list changing so that you're not just using one. Any questions so far after that?
Gina first.
Okay, so you asked me different source of reference. What if I'm using only one interlinear referencing tool? Is it like sufficient? You want other tools as well?
I want at least 3. I want at least 3 for every word study. Now, if you're using only one, it means you're not going there. You're not going into the library. Okay, in the library, you may even find some commentators who have taken time to explain the significance of that particular word that you're studying. And that should throw some light on your understanding of that particular word. Okay? And in the library, there are plenty. In fact, even in my own library, if I just stand in my office and I look, I see 6 other sources that you can use for your own study. You can also use the plenty. When you come to my office, I'll show you. And when you go to the reference list, they're there. And when you ask Mike, I don't know where he's getting his sources from. And what's your name? Danny is also finding other sources, not just the tires, but you go into other Greek studies. You can actually do that. I want you to do that. The reason is simple. I don't want you to be stuck with just one scholar and say this is the only one who gives the sense of Greek mastery. Are we together?
So how do you type Greek alphabet? I can't.
Just
Doesn't give the full alphabet. Oh yeah.
Look here, Brooke. Can you see that?
So it's 10 marks. Are you giving 2 per subject that you're discussing there?
It's very, the awarding of marks is very subjective. I'm avoiding giving you 10% or 100% all the time. So I'll read and I get a sense of what you have given me and evaluate it out of 100% and bring it up. So I'm not counting this one, this one, this one, this one. You must impress me. If I give you 10, then I'll say you've done a good job without plagiarizing. So the marks allocation is subjective. I'll give it as I see best on where you have gone and what you have said and how you have understood what that word does in the text.
Okay, thanks.
So I'll give 9, I'll give 10. If I give you 9, it's good. If I give you 10, it must be onto the ordinary. So it's a very subjective. You can't be getting 10 for 10 out of 10 all the time. But the vocabulary and the multiple choice, I have no choice because you know this part. Yeah. Now if you say, oh no, because in fact, some people are putting the breathing marks in the wrong spaces. As long as I can read, I'm fine. And as long as the breathing marks at the beginning of words are correct, I don't care about the rest. I'll give this to good marks for you. Okay. Right. So back to where we were on the modules, and maybe we can pray at this point. Alan?
It's an adjective, and it's in the it's accusative, singular,
The gender?
masculine,
What's the gender?
masculine.
More neuter.
It's a new, okay.
It's more neuter.
So it's neuter, accusative, singular, and the meaning is like small, little, or something else that I read is like brief.
It goes. Because it simply means something for a little while. Okay? For a little while. Thank you. All right. The next one. The next word there. Now look. When they're translating the text from Greek to English, they sit like we're sitting. We read it, and word by word, they discuss the grammar. What is it? What are the possible ranges of meaning? So when you read a sentence like that, one of the things you do is as you are reading, those words that jumps up to you, are the words probably you have read before, and you start puzzling with those, and then you go for the small ones to do that. But now we're using a different approach, just by word by word. And this same meaning can be put there with words arranged differently. And the meaning will still come out. Why is that so? And why is that possible in Greek? Because the meaning is hidden where? The endings. The endings. Endings tell the functions of a Greek word. So let's go. RT. What's your name again? Naomi. What is that?
RT is
Okay, it's an adverb.
oh, you mean
It's an adverb. Okay, let's go. Then maybe let me change the question for you.
it was
Pick any words from Aridon to the end of that line of words and tell me what it is. And tell us what it is.
Dion.
What's Dion? I bind. Okay. Okay. Are you sure? Dion means I bind. Are you sure? It comes from the word day. That's the root word, day. Delta, epsilon, iota. Okay. Means necessary. Okay, so it's a verb, it's a present active participle, nominative singular neuter. Okay, right. Pick a word in that sentence, in that line, Gino.
Esteem.
Esteem, what is esteem?
As a present active repeater. That was singular. We put I am and this is.
Oh, I mean.
I mean.
Okay. Go, I mean. Okay, remember that. Right. So there was a present active indicative of third person singular of I mean. All right. Okay, let me still moving, and those that haven't said anything, say something. There is a long word there, which I didn't want anyone to put there. Now, since Francis is smiling, it's yours.
I was trying to avoid it. I wanted to
go
go
for
for
It's yours.
Okay. Is it with a sentence? With a sentence, just a verb. Just participants, and normative masculine plural.
Normative masculine plural, of which, what is the root word?
Luteo.
Hmm?
Luteo.
Are you sure?
Leteteos.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
It's an epsilon omega ending. Lupeo.
No, Luteo.
Lupeo, which means I'm distressed, or I'm distressed. Okay. And Lupethentes is, what did you say it is?
Participle. Normative masculine plural.
Okay. All right. The end we have already done. For kilos. Oh, Adele.
Okay, look, poikilos. Poikilos is an adjective. It's deponent masculine plural. Yeah, and it comes from the root word poikilos.
Okay, and
It
what
means
does it mean?
various.
Various. Okay.
Poikilos.
I thought you said Portugal, so I was going to say, let's go and have some food here. Okay, poikilos. That's the adjective, and this is the dative form. The case is dative, the number is plural, and it's masculine. And it means various. Okay? Alright, let's see the last word there. Paul, you refused the last one, so you take the next one.
That's moist.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Erasmus.
So it should be by various trials, meaning trials.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a noun, plural.
Yes,
It's masculine.
yes.
Voice.
Is it nominative, dative, instrumental, or negative, or is it accusative?
It's dative.
Dative, okay, that's correct. So it's a noun.
Yes.
It's a noun, dative, plural masculine, and it means trial.
Sorry, just a quick question. When we take the exams, are we going to be posing all the words like this?
You'll be expected to pass some words, and you'll be expected to just translate. So all I'll do is ask you, can you read for me from this? And I'll be listening. Then I'll say, give an option, can you choose some words and pass them? And now the only trouble is, you won't know which section I will take you to. And take Naomi from verse 1 to 5. And when you come, I'll probably take you verse 1 to 5 and ask you questions from there. And then you just pass or just read and explain what that reading is saying. Okay, and the question that would normally be to follow up will be, why does the Apostle Peter say the Christians are going to have great joy in their suffering? So from your reading of the Greek, you should be able to show the relationship, what the source of the rejoicing is in their suffering. Okay. In this text, he says, in this you rejoice not in a small way, you greatly rejoice, even though for now you are going through distress, okay, by various trials. Why are you rejoicing?
For your coming salvation.
The coming salvation, possible, yes. And where are you getting the answer from? From the preceding verses. Okay. Now, if you open even your English Bible, you will be able to see that when ideas are being built, they're built so much that as you go towards, you're able to refer to something at the past, which is the preceding, or the antecedent statement. And the antecedent statement in this case will be to show, first of all, that you are rejoicing in your suffering. You're rejoicing in something. What is that thing that you're rejoicing in? Okay, verse 5 will tell us, so like this one will say,
Verse 4.
we're rejoicing because our faith is kept safe. Who keeps safe the faith? Or you're rejoicing because you're kept by the power of God. Even if you go through suffering, you go through it rejoicing because you know that You're keeping it not because of you, it is God who keeps you. Okay, so you see the antecedent idea. So that's how you build the rationale. Now, even in preaching, when you're preaching, you give reasons to the commands that are given. For instance, in the word therefore, you begin to say, okay, what is the therefore? Therefore. The soon. What is it there for? Then you refer to that. So, in this verse 6, it's basically saying, in this you greatly rejoice, even though now, for a little while, if necessary, you've been distressed by various temptations or various trials, or because that word can also mean that. There are more various trials. Okay. Go to 7. Who's going to read Enoch? The 7?
I can read up.
Thank you, Daniel.
So verse 7.
Yes. Read.
Ina to imion umon tes pisteos politin moteron crisio tu apole menor dia puros ten opimi so menor iurese es epainon kai doxan kai timei en apocalypse Iesu Christo. Christo.
Thank you. Let me ask you, how many take time to read this aloud to themselves? Although it might sound like a math when somebody You're not going to do any translation without reading the words loud to yourself. Okay, so find some time to read it loud to yourself. Thank you, Darren. Hina to dokinion umon tes pisteos holotimenon moteron crucio tu apollum menor dia puros de dokimazo menor Urethane, ice, epainon, kai doxan, kai timen, en apocalypse, Jesu Christu. It sounds like my motherland tongue, Jesu Christu. That's Greek. All right, now, if you make a sentence like that, where do you go first? What do you try and put down?
Conjunction.
The conjunctions, you see the conjunctions? Okay, so you see the conjunctions. Next, what do you do? There's some big words there. Have you seen the big words?
Yep.
And there's some short words, some short, powerful words in that text. Okay. There is that word hina, what does it mean? So that. So that. That is a purpose. It's pointing to a purpose. Okay? So there you go. Jawan, which word did you choose? Can you tell us something about from that line? Any you hear Daniel? Can you hear? Can you hear what?
It's difficult. It's difficult to hear when they speak. I can only hear you, though.
Let me see if. Well, the mics are properly set, so you should shout. Just shout. Raise your voice. Is chosen Dokimion?
Document, I think it is,
Is it a verb or a noun?
I think noun,
It's a noun, yes. In what case is it?
nominate,
It's a nominative, thank you.
nominative,
And is it, what's the number? Plural or singular?
singular,
Singular, thank you. What's the gender?
gender is masculine, neuter,
No, could be, but no. Newton,
yeah.
okay. All right, and the English meaning?
Meaning is
Okay.
tested, test,
Test or proof or evidence, proof. Opinion, okay. All right, that has to do with your vocabulary. All right, I'll jump some words there. Michael, pisteos. Can you
Pisteos,
define that?
yeah. Pisteos is a noun, genitive, singular feminine,
Yes.
from pisteo or pistos, depending on how you want to
Word
decline.
pistis,
Pistis, yes.
which is
Faith.
faith. Excellent, excellent. So it's a noun, genitive, singular, feminine, or the root word is pistis. Okay, all right. This is a proof of your faith. Of your faith, you can see test should tell you that that's a feminine definite article, and it's genitive taste. All right. Okay. Name.
Yes.
Next to pisteos, then there is polygynetero. What is polygynetero? Polygynetero. Speak up because Daniel has to hear.
So, polykineton is an adjective.
Yes, it's an adjective. Is it? What's the case?
The case is
Nominative, genitive, dative.
genitive and it. Yeah.
The case is nominative because that is a neuter. The gender is neuter,
Singular.
and it's a degree of. It's talking about degree of comparison. It's comparing. Okay.
Precious.
Okay. The next word there is crucio. Crucio. And that was in our quiz. Yeah. So, most of you got it right. So let's see if you got it right. Hey, what's your name again?
Doug? Whatever.
Help me with that. Go for it.
Crucius, it's a noun, genitive, nominative, singular from crucium, and it means than gold.
It means what?
Than gold.
It's just gold.
Than gold, yeah.
It's just that the comparative will be coming from the word that is related to that, which is polygynetero.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
So it just means gold, though?
More precious. Poly, estimaterum. That's a more than God, more precious than God. Okay. All right. Right. Daniel, you've been sitting quiet for a long while. Go to the other way there, to Apolumeno.
So, can you repeat to which one?
Apolumeno.
Okay.
Apolumeno.
Prelumino is a participle.
Is it passive, middle,
Present.
or active?
It's present,
Okay.
passive or middle,
Okay.
genitive, first person, singular, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of apoluo,
No, it's
Which
it's a me verb. Apolumi
as
is
a verb.
it's a
Apolumi,
me verb.
yeah,
Apolumi
okay.
is a me verb.
Apolumi, which means to utterly destroy or to
Utterly
kill.
destroy or perish or decay. All right. Okay, so if I were you and I had the Greek Bible in front of me, I would be making those notes against those words so that when you finish looking at them, you sit back and say, how can I make this into a straight English word? I mean, sentence. Okay.
Tom?
Yes.
Daniel and I actually had a conversation on this word because when we broke it into the base words or the root words, it's apo, lumeo, or elumo, and then it says from destroying.
Okay, from destroying.
From destroying. So
It's a compound word, yes.
yeah,
Apo
yeah.
is a
From, away from.
it's a from, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and then
So even if it's
yeah.
saying totally destroyed, when you break it, it's actually from destroying.
Yeah.
So it's not actually to destroy. That's why a lot of people use the term purifying.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, Apollo.
So it's destroying. It's actually, if you note the process of that, it's destroying the bad molecules of the gold to purify it
Like when it's taken through
that process.
that process.
Yeah. So all the bad bits are actually getting destroyed.
Okay, so that's, now if you did a word study of that,
Yeah.
good, so now you look at the context of the sentence. What is doing the destroying? What is doing the purifying?
Yeah. God is doing the purifying in your struggles,
What
your
is doing the
trials.
purifying? No, don't run to that because
Yeah.
it doesn't say God is doing that.
Yeah. The fire is
Which fire?
the furnace.
Ah,
Yeah.
there is a context. It's a
Yeah.
fire of trial.
Yeah.
So do your best to actually go and break those words together and look at them and say, where do I get the sentence from here in English? Okay, so now the next word you see that verb, the action is being performed by something, which is trials, which is trials, but it's being compared to something. God is purified with something.
What's fire?
Dia puros.
Yeah.
Dia puros. Puros, what is puros then? You know puros is fire.
Yeah.
Okay?
So John, some other translation actually say perishing.
Yeah.
Perishing is the same.
So,
Which present from perishing, from being destroyed, and in fact some other translations, yes.
I need to ask Michael, which translation uses the word purify? Because after our conversation, I looked at
There wasn't one that said purify.
No,
I went to 5 translations and none of them said purify.
So why do you say purify?
Because you look at the context of the sentence.
But with
God
the
is-
it's
So what happens is you don't have to go based on what somebody else is saying. If you use the base words, it can make up the meaning.
yes.
I mean, even further on, there's other words that are contradictory almost in if you look at it literally, but they aren't figuratively, because each word there has a figurative and a literal meaning.
I think the literal meaning there is destroyed.
Yeah, but it's a figurative sentence.
Yeah. So it's saying gold is destroyed even though it was refined.
Because gold doesn't get destroyed in fire; it melts in fire.
Yeah, no, they're saying after that will really be purified by refined in fire, it can still be destroyed. And then they're saying your faith
Yeah, but
is not going to be destroyed.
But you're more precious than gold.
Yeah, more
So
precious
God considers gold also precious, but you're more precious than the gold.
Yes.
So He wouldn't want the gold to be destroyed. He wants it to be refined. You get what I'm saying? So it's a figurative.
No, that's why I think it is destroyed, not purified.
Okay, so let's go. You need to get to the end of the sentence there.
Yeah.
There is simply a particle which means even though. Now, the big word there,
Dokima zumenu.
dokimazumenu, from dokimazo. What is dokimazo? Tested.
Yeah.
Now that's in the vocabulary. Dokimazo. Tested. Okay. And it's a verb present passive participle, and it's genitive singular. It's a neuter. Okay. Now, wait.
So the sureness of your faith is being assessed, like gold going through a fire.
Okay, now look at the next word there. Urefe. Urefe. Anyone going who will talk about that? Can you pause that word? Urefe?
Yeah,
Sorry, urefe?
it's a verb. It's an aorist passive subjunctive.
Okay.
It links with the hina,
The third person.
Mm.
Okay.
third person singular.
All right. It's linked to the hina then. Ice to the pinon. What is the pinon?
Praise.
Okay. In praise. Mhm.
Approval also.
Approval. Yeah. Kai, of course, is a conjunctive. Doxan. What is doxan? Glory.
Or the
And what's the case?
accusative.
Accusative singular feminine. Kai, we know. Timen. Timen.
Honor
It's a noun and it means honor.
or respect.
Okay. It comes from the root word time, which simply means honor or respect. It's a noun, accusative singular feminine. And apocalypse. Apocalypse. Okay, the revelation of Jesus Christ. So now let's try and think through the sentence. It says, so that the proof of your faith being is supplied in English there. The proving of your faith more precious than gold, which perishes. Gold perishes, though tested by fire, will be found to result in praise, glory, and honor at the revelation of Jesus. Now, the argument there is saying is that God can perish. Gold can perish. Through the purification process, gold can perish, but your faith, though tested by the trials of life, is imperishable. That's what he's saying. Your faith is imperishable. And in fact, because your faith perseveres through the process of suffering, the process of fire, of trials, it survives that. It results in the praise, glory, and honor of God at the revelation of Jesus Christ. This side, it won't be seen. When Christ is revealed at the consummation, because of your faith, God will be glorified and praised and honored. But even once you live, because you're persevering in faith, you're still honoring God. That's the idea there. Michael?
Yeah. Doc, I did another word study in the same sentence of apocalypse, calypsi, and that means away from concealing when you use the base words. So when you use that same concept that I was mentioning in the other word, so it's removing the concealing. So it's concealed upon until it's going to be revealed. So you use the same. And so with that other section there, it's like. So it's it's creating comparison. And so he's making the fire and the furnace like a person in the testing of their faith. So you could even bring a concept of you dying to self in Christ.
I understand what you're saying, but all I'm saying is when you see it says, though tested by fire, or though refined by fire, so it's basically saying, even though the gold is refined by fire, it will still perish.
But the gold doesn't perish in fire.
But that's what he's saying. He's not saying it's perishing in the fire. He's saying even after it was refined by fire, it will still perish.
And the point here is comparison.
That's a comparison.
It's a comparison. He's comparing, he's saying,
Yes.
your faith is more precious than gold, which does not perish in fire, but your faith is even more precious than that. That's the idea he wants to compare there.
Because it's a figurative statement.
It's a comparison.
So he's not saying you burning in a fire, you die. He's saying gold goes through a purification process.
I'm not saying that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
He's saying your faith is more precious than gold, which perishes though tested in fire.
But you are more
The
precious.
idea of comparison with God is because gold is regarded as precious.
Yes.
Gold is regarded as precious. And the only way you get gold precious is by subjecting it to heat. It melts,
Yeah.
and it's not destroyed by fire. Fire to gold makes it better.
So
The
you
comparison that Peter is making, saying that your trials are making you even better, more precious, okay, than the process of purification
Yeah.
in God. You're also going through the process of purification. So suffering is that medium that God is using as well to purify the faith. That's what it's saying.
And-
That's the argument.
Yeah, and even gold is in a solid state before the fire, but then it goes into a liquid state in the fire. So what happens is you change as you go through the process.
Yeah.
So that's what he's likening it
The
to.
idea there is the comparison that the trial of your faith is more precious. It's more precious than gold. Now gold, be whatever it is, it's not destructible by the process of burning. It just becomes purer and purer. The more you burn it, the purer it becomes. The more you burn it, the purer it becomes. Your faith is actually even more precious than gold, though tested by fire as a process of purification. So, what is the issue here? Peter is basically saying, do not underestimate the value of your suffering. Don't give up, keep on going, because what you will get is even far more valuable than what you will get out of gold itself. Your faith will bring glory to the world. So now, believe you me, when discussion is happening in the translation, these are the conversations that happen. And then at the end of the day, what he's saying is God, it's got a sense to say, look, God cannot be equated the value of a Christian's faith. In fact, gold can perish. But does gold really perish? It doesn't. It can melt, it just becomes purer and purer. But even though it's that precious, your faith is more precious than gold. That's the point of spiritual.
I mean, Doc, what you
So
can
it
even.
can perish.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Doc,
So
what.
it can perish. In the end,
Yeah.
even
Yeah,
though
yeah.
fire makes it better, gold will perish. Everything, the heavenly elements and everything will wax as melt as wax. In the end. But your faith then, so it's making the statement that gold can perish.
Yes, that's true. But when compared, it's the precious as it is, it cannot be compared to the value of your faith. That's the point. Precious as it is, you cannot compare it to the value. So there is a conversation that you need to have with yourself to understand what kind of person you are. Because later on, Peter is going to describe these people that you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a people of his own possession. Greater and better than God. You see in that context.
Doc, I actually just had another thought now. The fact that they're also using gold is who they're putting their faith in. And Peter's always alluding to the Old Testament. And this specific sentence can even allude to the golden calf.
The golden
And-
calf, yes. Yeah.
If we're looking at the systems that he's using.
At the whole scheme of things, okay. Right, but let's say very close to the golden calf is still far here. But let's say close to
Yeah.
the context, the immediate context of this.
Sorry, Doc, I can just make many sermons from this thing.
Now, it's trying to clarify his position. He even goes in verse 8, he says, on hook, idontes, agapete, agapate, eyes on ati, me, oreontes, historiantes, de agariaste, kara, anakwa, later, kai, the doxas men. The doxas men. Okay, now, the sentence is not over, there's a full stop there. We can go a little to verse 9, which says, Perites, Soterius, Exozen, Tesan, Kai, Exera, Tesan, Prophetan, Hoi, Perites, Ais, Unas, Caritos, Propheteus, Prophetusantes. Yeah. Okay, now you can see the sentence is still going. And let's go to okay. Yeah. Just so that we know where we are now. We're still going to. We can stop at 9, and from 9 to this 10. I think there's a break there. 10 to 12, and then from 13 to 21. So those are little of thoughts that you must work through and produce a language, an English language translation from after working on. So that sentence must be read right through. All right.